Hi, welcome to the live stream this morning. So my name is Jabeen. I'm a channel of Archangel Raphael, and in this live stream, Raphael will speak according to what's going on in everyone listening at the moment, and people who'll listen afterwards. Maybe do some clearing work as well, and then talk about the week ahead. So, I'm just going to let him come in and speak through me. Hmm. I would like you to know that what I am seeing is that there are many people in the world at the moment who are trying their best to move forwards with their lives in a harmonious way, but they are not necessarily succeeding on all levels because there is so much coming up from within them. What I will say is that it is still a time of clearing energy rather than moving forwards in ways which are very strong and pronounced. It is a time of taking gentle steps forwards, doing things in the world that you want to do, but in a gentle way, without force, pressure on yourselves to overextend, do more than you feel like. I see that many lifetimes ago, people had a lot going on when it came to being in the world, moving forwards, having to push themselves in order to be able to get things done. And what has happened is that lifetime after lifetime, this pressure has increased till people had to develop ways of actually coping, consume substances that gave them more energy, gave them a feeling that they could do more than they could manage energetically. I will say that this started a few lifetimes ago, because before then people were more in touch with their bodies, what they were capable of doing. They worked within their limits. But as a society, this all changed lifetimes ago, quite a few actually. And then it got worse and worse, and people started pushing themselves more and more. People even made whole careers around trying to get the most done in the least amount of time. People have really pushed this energy as far as it is possible to go. So, as a society, you are productive. You are generally able to get a lot done. I am talking collectively, but you are not in harmony with yourselves generally. And it is about getting back in touch with your bodies, how you feel, your emotions, all the things that in the past you have felt may have held you back. So, generations ago, your ancestors and you as well in your past lives may have tried to push beyond how you actually felt, push beyond your emotions. You may have been grieving the loss of a child, but you may have been out to work the next day on the fields because you had to in order to survive. Because if you were not there, you would not eat. You may have been feeling very depressed, but you had to take depressants, substances, medicate yourselves in order to keep going forwards and appear like you are functioning and a normal person in life. What I will say is these times are ending now. It is not about artificially propping yourselves up, creating an image, a fake, a fake persona of yourselves in the world. It is about going deeper, getting in touch with who you are, how you feel, what is going on, being authentic. And this is the energy that is now being celebrated in the world, encouraged. Those who are the most authentic will be the most celebrated. So it is turning around now, because in the past it was the other way round. It is not about productivity, the ability to carry on regardless of how you feel, pushing past limits. It is the complete opposite. It is about honoring how you feel, honoring your limits, and at the same time being with those energies in a very light way. So instead of going into your feelings and taking them seriously in terms of acting on them or believing that they are the ultimate truth, it is about honoring that part of your being and seeing it for what it is, something you need to be with, something you need to honor and acknowledge and allow to pass. It is not something that you need to conquer and defeat. It is not something you need to fight against. It is equally not something you have to fully become. It is about honoring each and every part of your being, your body, your emotions, all parts of you, to be with what is and allow the process to work through without taking it too seriously at the same time, without acting on your emotions, without first allowing them to move through you and reaching a point of greater clarity. You are all being asked to be more in the depths of how you actually feel and go forwards in this way. And what I see is because of this level of authenticity, people will move not as fast as before, more slowly at times. But then, when the time is right and all has been processed and passed, the speed will actually be faster. More will get done in less time, with less effort, with less that you actually have to do physically because the energy will actually make a lot happen. The energy itself will be so clear that the physical action will simply need to be minor in order to make things happen. So, the greater the energy, the less action is required to make something happen. What you are all learning about at the moment is precisely this. And I want to share something that as you go deeper into this type of knowledge, you will actually feel the joy of life more in your being. You will also feel much more inclined to actually be in your authenticity because you will appreciate all the good it brings. I have more messages now, and I want to share that no one here is complete yet in your understanding of your lives on a soul level, of all you have been through, what the meaning of all of it has been, and so forth. You are still completing your understanding, and this will take some time. And what I would like to help you with in this live stream is having more clarity. I want you to all know that from your first incarnation till now, you have had a particular path you have walked, and within it, there has been a common thread, always playing out in one way or another, lifetime after lifetime. And that thread for some of you has been to learn to be more empowered. It has been about feeling persecuted, disempowered, and learning to be empowered. For some of you here, it is the opposite. It has been about learning to be more in your higher self and less about what you are perceiving on an earthly level only, and then acting out on it. And for one or two of you, the theme has been much more about being in the world and affected by people's energies, what they want, their agendas, being easily influenced, and in this way finding that you are then stuck in situations you don't want to be in. And for those of you in this group, It is about going more deeply into your own energy, your purpose, and going forwards in this way. What I would like you to know is that there is no such thing as having a life that is perfect, because everyone here is mastering something, learning something, and what you can be mastering can be the complete opposite to the person next to you. So sometimes when people offer advice on the earth plane, it can feel that they are not really understanding your predicament because they may have a different lesson they have been learning, perhaps to be more open to other people's experiences, point of view. Whereas your lesson may be the complete opposite, to be more in your own energy, have stronger boundaries, less concerned about what other people experience and more in your own. And what I will say is, as you go deeper into your personal lessons, you will attract more and more people who have the same lesson as you. Because the very interesting thing to tell you here is that each soul group has the same lesson they are learning, believe it or not. So everyone in your soul group will be learning the same thing together and exchanging information on a soul level. And when you are very immersed in your lesson in life, understanding it, you tend to attract like minded souls who have been learning the same, and they fill in the gaps. So you have been learning one part of the lesson, and they have been learning another part, and you put all the parts together and you start to feel stronger as a result in what you have been learning. So, this is what I want to share, that once you have reached a more full understanding of your lesson and embraced it, and actually perhaps even fully understood your personal lesson, you will be ready to meet up with other parts of your soul group who have actually been learning the same lesson, but in a different way, with different nuances. And then you can start comparing notes with each other and learning from each other their part of the equation. And as you do, you become more whole, stronger, and clearer. And actually, it helps you to clear any remaining things which are stuck in your system. So, what I would like you to know is right now you are perfecting your part. And as you keep doing this, you will keep drawing in the right people who will support this, who will have their own notes, their own insights to share with you. And I would like you to know that through this, you will be learning new things which will really inspire you and resonate deeply. Not unnecessary information, but deeply resonant information that you can apply to your life to make it brighter, clearer, and better. The reason I'm sharing this is because this is the next stage for all of you to reunite with your soul group, the right people for you, to be able to grow even more in what you have been learning. And through this, you will be able to play a bigger part in life. I have a few more messages now. I want you to know that no one here is excluded from ever being a part of life anymore because something has changed. You are living in a world which is inclusive, and those of you who feel excluded are still processing your own lives, your own issues of being excluded. But there is nothing on the outside that will exclude you anymore. So, the reason I'm saying this is because I want you to be aware that if you are feeling a bit left out of life, it is something to process from within. I also would like to share with you that there are many people in the world who tend to get a bit carried away when it comes to being over the top in terms of trying to include everyone. And as a result, people are sometimes included who are causing chaos and confusion, making things hard for others. And for this reason, remember to always be centered within, not to go along with concepts, ideas that are presented to you. Instead, follow your inner instinct, your wisdom. Because what I would like you to know is that inclusion is very good. It is really what the oneness is about, bringing people together in harmony. But where there is something that's not quite right, that is perhaps harming others deliberately. So I am not speaking about imbalances that may affect others, that may trigger them, but things which are deliberate that people may be doing to harm others. It is important to stay in your instinct, to look after your energy, to walk away if you need to. This message is not for all of you, but for some of you here who may struggle at times to be around certain people. I am saying to you inwardly, remember, use your instinct. You don't have to be around everyone. That is all. I would like to offer you something energetic in this live stream, which is to give you each more clarity about your particular soul path, what you have been walking for lifetimes. So I will do this now in a transmission for each one of you. Hmm. I would like you to know that this is done. And what I would like to share with you is that the energy will integrate in the day and you will get insights into your path. What I will say about energy work is that it does take time to fully integrate. It is not instant that you get the effects, although you may feel a lot whilst you are receiving it. It is good for you to know that because of the time delay, sometimes you are not able to attribute what you are experiencing to the energy work you have received. I am speaking generally, and what I will say to all of you is that actually one of the most powerful ways to change is through energy work. And the reason when you are working in a very grounded way, what you are doing, body, the emotions, create something. But when you are working energetically in terms of with very subtle energies, you are actually doing very deep work on many levels, which then integrates over time. And this deep work can be life because you are ultimately rearranging something that is very much affecting you on a deep level of your being. So, an example of this is going deep into the energy of aloneness, for example, and clearing this. And when you are working on clearing this from your soul matrix on these levels, you are actually changing your reality. And then over time, you catch up on a physical, emotional level. And this is a new reality that forms of no longer feeling alone, feeling that you are always, in one way or another, in company, in good company, connected to life. What I'm also wanting you to know is that the combination of energy work and also some grounded work is very good because it enables the body, the emotions to catch up with everything that you are processing, clearing, moving. The two work very well together. And I will say to each one of you that doing something grounded is good for you each day, whether it is some gentle movement, some breathing exercises, something else that might involve point holding, perhaps, but something where you are actually doing something more physical with the body to enable energy to move through it in a more grounded way. I have no more messages, but I will say that the week ahead will be a good one. There will be good things that will happen on many levels. It will be an interesting week with new experiences, new possible beginnings for some of you. But look forward to it because it will be a positive week generally. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. And yeah, wishing you a lovely week ahead. And yeah, much love to all of you.